What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first ever episode of NLX IRL. My name is Jake Landis, and welcome to the new series. Basically, the story behind this is that I want to upload a little bit more often, and honestly, making PvP videos and doing stuff like that is really fun, and I enjoy it a lot, but it is damn time consuming. It takes so long to make videos like that. And honestly, I just want to make content more often than that sort of formula will allow. So, this is NLX IRL. Basically, it's still going to talk about, everything video games, all the stuff that you guys come to the channel for, but this is just a way for me to kind of reach the audience a little bit more often. But, Soulscast is still coming up. We're still going to be doing Soulscast. It's going to be happening right after this. And with me, as always, Pursueth himself, Bryce Gardner.
What's up, guys?
Playing a little bit of DS2, doing his thing.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get my weapon fully upgraded.
Yeah?
Got here, yeah.
You want to get it to plus 10?
Yeah, that's the plan. If the fucking Covenant would work.
I thought you were going to use great axes.
I want to use the Great Axe, but I need
What
more
happened
stamina.
to the great axe?
I can swing it twice right now.
You're
3 times now,
you're
I think,
scared.
because I just leveled up.
He's also checking some league stuff. He's got some league stuff going on. As you can see, he's a silver scrub.
Yeah.
Make sure to give him a hard time about that, everybody.
Yeah.
He gets real emotional about league. It's So for the first episode, I figured it would make the most sense to just give you guys a peek behind the scenes and see how we set up Soulscast each and every week. Basically, this is our house. This is my room. This is where we do Soulscast every week, and I thought I'd give you guys a behind the scenes glimpse at how we turn my room from this into the Soulscast set. Alright, now, this is the other camera. This is the good camera. Don't make fun of the bag. It's my girlfriend's, and I think it's pretty. all set up at this point. This is the super gnarly mixing board that we use for our XLR microphones. You guys wouldn't believe how difficult it was just to figure out how to get this thing to stay up on the TV. Like, things that you never think about that would be difficult, that you have to figure out. I mean, it would surprise you guys. Alright guys, so that was the setup, and here's the finished product for you.
Are we centered up?
Yeah, we're centered up.
Okay.
I'm on it, man.
Okay.
I am.
Just want to make sure I'm good.
Well, you're alright.
Thanks.
Alright, you close that door?
Sure.
No dogs allowed, Polly.
No dogs in the podcast area.
Alright, so sitting down for Soulscast. If you guys are ever curious, this is what it looks like from our point of view. So, with that, guys, we are going to go ahead and begin Soulscast.
Oh, are you gonna check that? Make sure it recorded good, or?
No, fuck it. What's going on, guys? My name is Jake, and with me, as always, Mr. Pursueth himself, Bryce Gardner.
What's up, guys?
How are you doing today,
I'm
sir?
doing well.
Are you doing well?
A little tired.
Yeah, I'm a little...
Took 2 naps today. I'm still worn out.
I'm a little tired, too. Went on a little camping excursion with the ladies last night. It was super fun, but my whole body hurts from running around in the woods like a wild man and
drinking beer and sleeping on the hard ground.
Drinking too much beer and sleeping on the rock hard ground. But if you didn't know, welcome back to Soulscast, episode number 9. Man, we are
already
on episode number 9 already, guys.
It's awesome.
On today's Soulscast, we are going to talk about what you just saw, which is Next Level X IRL
in real life.
You noob. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're also going to talk about Overwatch because we finally got around to getting together and playing some matches of Overwatch.
Yeah,
and kind
absolutely.
of get into our impressions about that game. And yeah, man. So getting right into it.
Let's do it.
NLX IRL. It's a little different. I've never done anything like it before. It's I guess it's a vlog, but I don't really want to call it a vlog because I'm not just going to be cataloging my life every single day, and like I don't think that you guys really would care that much about what I'm doing every single day. But sometimes we do cool stuff, and especially if it's like related to gaming, whether it's like going to certain midnight releases or whether it's I don't know, like going to tournaments.
When we were talking about setting it up, things we were thinking about, like when you and I went and bought Xbox Ones.
Yeah, that would have been such a cool thing to do. When we found out we got Dark Souls 3, I
mean, you would have seen us in the car freaking out like 9-year-old caffeinated kids.
Running like, through the mall, just like talking to the chicks at GameStop, like, yeah, we're going to play Dark Souls 3 on Xbox One. They're like, well, it's not even out yet. I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. They're like, you guys know it's not out yet. We're like, yeah, we know, we just want them. All right, just give us the Xboxes.
Give us the Xboxes and let us leave.
And yeah, so there's just some things that I honestly, like I said before in the episode,
For the people who want more content, if you want some behind the scenes stuff,
Yeah.
that's what it's going to be.
I want to put out more videos, and Soulscast is a weekly thing, and
That's not going to stop.
and that's not going to stop. That's going to keep going just the same way it's been. But and we're going to keep doing some PvP stuff. We're going to keep doing guerrilla warfare. We're going to hopefully get back to 2v3. It's just that all that stuff is really editing intensive. It takes a lot of time to edit that stuff, and I want to put more videos out there for you guys. I want to make more content. So don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not going to just film random shit for the sake of filming random shit just to put out a video. But I want to have an outlet for more content that I don't have to sit and spend hours and hours editing, like PvP footage. Just to give you guys some frame of reference, for that guerrilla warfare video, we collectively, between me and Bryce, had 72 clips.
Yeah.
72 clips to dig through and find, and like, honestly,
some of those clips are like 7 to 12 minutes long.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Because of the crazy amount of stuff.
Honestly, like, that video had been hanging over my head for so long that it got to the point where I could have probably put more into that video, but I was just done. I was just wanting to get it out.
Well, I wouldn't even say that, because you restarted that video like 3, 4, 5 times, something like that,
like 2 or 3
from
times.
Scratch. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was like 3 or above.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's better than what we started with, you know?
Right. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I could have spent X amount of hours playing around with that and doing more and trying to make it perfect and making the best video humanly possible. And I'd like to think it is decent or whatever, but I can't spend that much time on one video. I just want to get more videos out there. I realize this channel has been going, I mean, so for those of you who have been with me from the very beginning, I started YouTubing by myself last year.
When Bloodborne came out, right?
Right before Bloodborne came out, I started putting videos out. Like, so they were so bad. It was like it wasn't even a Souls channel back then. I was putting out Dragon Age Inquisition videos. Like, I had a super like good elf root like farming exploit that was actually really good that I put on there. I had some like Far Cry 4 footage on there. I didn't know what I wanted to do with the channel. So from there, there was the great video deleting incident of 2016 about 4-5 months ago. I went to delete my old videos that I didn't want on the channel anymore, and I accidentally hit select all and hit delete, and then all my videos were just gone. Every single one. Every single video I had ever made up to that point was gone. Thankfully, I had a lot of those clips still on my PC, so they were just the finished product.
Mostly just your Dark Souls 2 stuff. You lost like your Bloodborne stuff.
Well, I purposely got rid of that.
Okay.
All my Bloodborne Let's Play stuff I got rid of on purpose.
He took a week off when Bloodborne came out to like sit down and start learning how to do this, and then over the next year has been like hounding me to like get in on this with him, and that's kind of where we are now, you know.
I made that Bloodborne Let's Play thing, and I realized that I was just putting those videos out because I was like, maybe if I get the first walkthrough out, like I get it out within the first week, like that'll get me views to the channel or whatever. And that was not the right way of thinking. That's not how you get views on YouTube, because YouTube is so oversaturated with this kind of stuff. So I realized, you kind of got to do something a little bit different. I never finished it. Like, I obviously beat the game, but I never finished that walkthrough series, and I wasn't enjoying making it, so I stopped.
Yeah, makes sense.
And at that point, I think I had something like 18 subscribers. I had 18 subscribers at that point, so no one gave a shit about what I was doing, really. But ever since, so about 4 months ago, deleted all those videos by accident, re-uploaded all the ones I wanted to keep.
Yeah.
But I lost all my views, all my likes, all my comments. I basically started fresh accidentally. So I realized I've been YouTubing for over a year now, and we only have like what? Like
29 videos, I believe.
29 videos on the channel. And some of those were the videos that I had before I deleted all the videos. So I realized we're not putting out enough videos. I want to put out more than we're doing. The Soulscast has been pretty consistent, even with all of the technical difficulties we're having and all that type of shit. We've fought through all of that, but I think that we can do more, and I'm just kind of experimenting with Next Level X IRL, and just going to kind of see where that takes us and what kind of cool things we can bring to you guys with that series.
Yep.
And like I said,
it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And I look forward to introducing the dogs.
Yeah, you guys are going to meet the dogs eventually. You're probably going to meet our girlfriends eventually. We're going to go on, like, I'll probably throw in some of the camping footage that Sarah shot just because.
That's cool.
Why not?
You're going to E3?
No, I'm going to I'm going to Gamescom in August. And we're going to Europe. So we're going to we're flying into England, then to France, then to Italy, then taking a plane from Italy to Germany for Gamescom. Mm-hmm. And then from there, we're going to Switzerland for a couple of days, and then we're flying home from Zurich. So I'm going to vlog that whole experience, especially the Gamescom stuff, to bring you guys some cool videos through that, hopefully. Mm-hmm. And I kind of want to get some practice doing that before I go. So that's kind of why we're introducing that series now.
Yep.
But just so you guys know, like, that's not going to take away from Soulscast. That's not going to take away from
He's going to be
our
gone
PvP
for 3
stuff.
weeks.
Yeah, I'm going to be gone for 3 weeks. You guys will get a Soulscast each and every week like clockwork.
I'll be here. We will record in advance.
Yeah. You guys will get Soulscast. It's not going to stop. So don't worry about that. But if anything, you guys are just going to get more. There's just going to be more stuff on the channel. I want to have, hundreds of videos. You know what I mean? Like there needs to be hundreds of videos on the channel. We've been doing this for so long now. I'm just disappointed.
I check out other people's YouTubes all the time. And it's funny how sometimes, like I was on this dude's YouTube the other day, and I ended up watching him play through, like, the last boss of Crash Bandicoot 2 on PS1, just because he had the video there. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even one of his, like,
good
just
ones.
like, oh, that's interesting, you know? So it's like, I'm hoping that as we continue with this, when people sit down, they get on the channel, they'll at least be able to pick through and find things to watch, things that are fun to relate to, whatever.
Yeah, things that, like, people enjoy. Like, just random shit, like, I don't know. I have all kinds of ideas for little episodes that I'm going to do. They're not going to be anything huge or major. That's the whole point. They're just going to be little bite-sized videos, anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes long, probably.
Yep.
And it'll just be something extra to give to you guys. And anytime we do anything cool, obviously related to video games or Souls, we'll make sure to get that in there as well. There's just a couple of things that I've done, over the past couple of years that's like, man, I wish I would have captured that. You know,
sometimes it's just fun to document things.
Yeah. Yeah. And
for sure.
So yeah, that's NLX in real life, you noob. And it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be a learning experience. I just kind of want to push myself as far as, like, filmmaking goes, you know what I mean? See what else I can do, what else I can, how I can edit things together. And I feel like that's just kind of the natural next progression in the channel, is just to kind of push further and see what else we have. Absolutely.
There's no doubt in my mind that our main focus is consistently getting our podcast out.
Right.
And making that readily available, but just to produce more readily available content.
Also, to be honest, I don't know how we're going to do this. I haven't looked into it yet at all, but we're talking about getting the podcast up on iTunes eventually. We haven't done anything in the way of making that happen yet, to be completely honest with you guys, but we do want to make that happen. So that'll be taking place sometime in the near future. I'm not entirely sure what it takes to make that happen, but we'll figure it out.
Yep. I've had customers come into work. I talk to them about our podcast and what they're doing, and they're like, "Oh, where are you at on iTunes?" And it's like, I had never even realized that was an avenue for people.
I thought about it.
These are like 30, 40-year-old guys and stuff,
I thought about it.
Yeah.
It occurred to me, but I kind of just saw it as, like, something for the channel, not really, because we do have pure audio, obviously, because we're doing all this silly shit. But yeah, I mean, we'll get on iTunes. We'll start doing a little bit more official stuff like that. But yeah, man, I'm excited to get some new types of videos on the channel. Is there anything that you're, like, wanting to cover? Like,
I'm excited to start covering more games too.
Right.
And I know we have talked about this a few times, but we haven't really done it yet.
Yeah.
And then when we finally sat down and played Overwatch, which we will get more into.
Yeah, we're gonna get into Overwatch today.
And what happened, though, is I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. We're going to play through another game. It's like, kind of reminds me of, being young, a game comes out with your friends. Cause it's
and
like,
you get into it and you see
to be honest, there's not a lot of games that come out that I get excited about. But because of the Dark Souls craze that's going on and the massive popularity it has snowballed over the years. Like, What was it? What website you were looking on? They were calling 2016 the year of the Souls-like.
Year of the Souls-like.
We have a lot of badass games coming out, and I mean, Overwatch was just one of them. That's not as much Souls-like, but that's a Blizzard game, and Blizzard is huge. I love Blizzard. Yeah. I grew up playing World of Warcraft and stuff like that.
For some reason, I mean, I think it's just because Overwatch has just been so successful, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that after playing it,
it's fucking fun.
We understand why. Yeah, it's an immensely fun game, and it's competitive. And that's scratching an itch that I think that we all get from time to time.
Absolutely. I would say that. Well, are we just getting into Overwatch right now?
Yeah, let's wait. Let's actually, you know what, guys? Now that we've given you the rundown on NLX IRL, let's go ahead and toss it over to Clip of the Week, and then once we get back, we will get into Overwatch. Hope you enjoyed the Clip of the Week, whatever it ends up being, because honestly I have no idea right now.
We're gonna find it.
We'll figure it out. We might even go out and just film something tight tonight, and we'll see. But getting right back into it, man. Overwatch. Speaking of getting clips, I'm gonna have to play some Overwatch tonight too. Eventually,
we're gonna sit down and do that at some point
after we get this
absolutely
a decent amount of some editing done and get all this shit uploaded. But
I wish you could ban champions that you play against in Overwatch.
You know,
like I wish I could Torbjorn or the turret guy.
Torbjorn?
Yeah, Torbjorn.
Yeah.
He's OP.
He's not OP, man. He really isn't.
He's gonna get nerfed.
He is gonna get nerfed.
Turrets do one-shot kills, and they have 100% accuracy.
Well, you have to also remember that whatever hero you're playing, certain champs have like they're glass cannons. Yeah. So if you're playing a glass cannon,
I got one shot on Roadhog, who is my favorite. Roadhog is like a tanky dude.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He's freaking tight.
So the cool thing about Overwatch is that they're not gonna come out with Overwatch 2 anytime soon. It's gonna be a continuously updated sort of thing where they're gonna make it, it's not free to play. I wouldn't be surprised.
Team Fortress.
I wouldn't be surprised if it did go free to play eventually in like a year or so. But
maybe
it'll happen.
You think so?
Dude, WoW went free to play.
WoW's not free to play.
For up to level whatever it is.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Blizzard does this type of shit where it's this like little hybrid business model where they're like,
you're right.
You get to play up to level 20 for free,
or you can only play one of each type of champion.
And now you're hooked, and now you gotta buy the rest of the shit.
Yeah.
For this one low price for all the expansions, whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what they're gonna do with Overwatch.
See something like that
eventually happening. But. They're gonna release a patch soon. I think they're gonna nerf what's his face, McCree. They're gonna nerf McCree.
Before we even talk more about champions and stuff, we kind of put off Overwatch for a little bit.
Yeah,
we did.
Yeah,
and I'm not really sure why. It was
because we were fucking broke.
I mean, I guess maybe I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I just
somewhat.
But it wasn't even just that, because it's like
you bought a car. Yeah. I'm about to go to Europe. There's all kinds. We just have all kinds of shit going on.
Yeah, and it's like we love Souls so much. We can play that every day.
Real life happens, and it's like it's hard for me to justify buying any other game because I get so much value out of a Souls title, whereas I play it for hundreds of hours, and then I bought Uncharted 4 because I really wanted to. I knew it was going to be like a well-made game, and I really wanted to like be able to get into it. And I played it for like 2 hours, and I was like, man, I can't do this shit.
Yeah,
I just couldn't. Couldn't get into it. Like Souls has ruined a lot of video games. A lot of video games.
But something with competitive PvP like Overwatch.
Yeah,
it
different story.
Makes it good. Like
Different story.
I started out and I was only playing Soldier 76, who is basically your FPS style,
average Joe kind of guy,
shooter character. And I was digging it. It was fun. And then I finally stumbled across Roadhog, who I said I liked.
Right.
But
there's a lot of champs you still have yet to try out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And so far, sitting down and playing through it, the gameplay is really enjoyable. I feel like my accuracy personally sucks right now. I haven't completely gotten it. It has a little bit of a different feel to it than your typical shooter.
Right.
Everything's very stylized, but that's cool.
Yeah.
It gives everyone identities. I do have to say, though, I feel like maps are a little limited and game modes are a little limited. It's a Blizzard. It's a Blizzard game, and we don't have a capture the flag. I would love a capture the flag.
You got to realize that this stuff is already done. This stuff is already made.
Well, let's hope so. And I don't really like that business model. But
I'm sorry, but okay, this is another thing I wanted to kind of touch on, is that the way that gaming is evolving and the way that a video game. Okay, so have you noticed that things over time things inflate in price? It's just natural inflation, right?
Yeah.
Video games have been $60 for the past, I don't even know how many years.
Yeah.
So many years they've been resting at $60 for. You know,
it's a good point.
They haven't inflated in price at all, but they're bigger games, they're better looking, they're bigger teams, they cost more money, but yet they aren't. But when it used to be, you went out, you bought a game for $60, and that game that you bought was the only game, that was the only thing that game was ever gonna be.
Most of the time, every once in a while, like Halo would drop some DLC. But
that was the beginning of this this trend that I'm talking about. So instead of saying, okay, now you get all this stuff, but a game is $100, right? Now, instead of doing that, which people would riot over, which honestly is probably completely justified. If I went out, if Overwatch has 3 more modes and they already have 10 more champs and they have all this other stuff just waiting to be released in DLC or expansions or whatever, but they just released it all at once and it was a cool $100 or whatever.
And you could get that early or something.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like.
Or what if you could buy Dark Souls 3 for $100 with all the DLC?
With all the DLC, and it was just already done. The thing is a lot of these games are releasing and purposely holding back content. It's if you're dumb if you think that the reason that DLC comes out a couple months or a year or whatever after the game launches is because the team is like, let's go ahead and just make some DLC for it. You know, the DLC is not an afterthought. It is a forethought. It's part of the game from ground zero. Mm-hmm. And I mean, FromSoft has like decided to do things differently here and there, but they always knew they were doing something.
The core maps were probably already there.
Everything was there. And they'll spend some time like tweaking it and like, you know, working out bugs and stuff like that while the main game is released. But all that stuff is. They already knew they were going to do it before. They announced the DLC and the expansions before the game even comes out.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is they've changed the business model for games where they would need to get more money out of you, but they're not going to do it all up front because that's too startling to the general masses. And they're like, okay, you pay $60 now, and then in a couple months we'll release a DLC pack. You can buy it for $30.
Yeah,
you don't
I don't
have
really
to
mind
buy
that
it.
anymore, you know, because honestly, it at least gives you the options.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just some companies, I believe, EA, which is also a part of Blizzard, they get heavily criticized for their DLC.
Is EA part of Blizzard?
Yeah, they work together.
Oh,
they work together on World of Warcraft anyway, so I'm sure they're working together on some other things.
Right.
You know? I don't know. Regardless, though,
I wish EA would drop
DLC
Skate
packs,
4.
all this, that'd be a fun game. You'd pour countless hours of your life into it.
Dude, I want Skate 4 so bad.
Yeah.
That's like if you're
Overwatch though.
Oh my god.
Overwatch, would you recommend going out and buying it for $60 if you're a Dark Souls fan? And if you don't typically play shooters?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, because if you don't
like shooters,
if you're not into the team-based almost like strategic element of like shooters, if you don't like, there's a lot of people out there who might not like Overwatch, but if you like a challenging game, if you like a game that there's actually a high skill cap, kind of like Dark Souls.
Game examples, like if you like this game, you would like Overwatch.
I mean, obviously, like it's not
Team Fortress.
It's not a MOBA. I've never even played Team Fortress, to be honest with you,
but it's very similar. I know that. League,
honestly, Smite.
If you like those games,
then you're gonna love this game. It's not a MOBA, but they're team builds and they're team comps, and that's like an insanely important aspect of the game.
Yeah, I would say if you like World of Warcraft,
yeah,
you would probably like this game because you have some options. Not everyone runs around with a gun. I mean, some guys have hammers. There's some different stuff, and it feels more class-like than your typical shooter, which is cool.
The gameplay is really fun. Something else I want to talk about is how cool the world that they've set that game in. It looks like a awesomely animated Pixar movie, but it's like just these really interesting different kinds of characters, and everyone is super stylized, and it's like it's just like the style.
I wanted to play the gorilla guy so bad, but I was so disappointed in his gun because he just looks cool. It's fun jumping around as a gorilla.
You can be good with him.
Yeah, no, you can be good. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like that mobility. I just did
not like his gun.
Did you jump around a lot?
Yeah,
that mobility. You jump and you hit someone. It does damage, and then you immediately start hitting them with the lightning, and it like if you do it in the right combination, it can like melt people.
Makes sense. I was probably just playing it all wrong.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what's cool about it.
That's a good idea. We're gonna have to play some Overwatch
tonight. Dude, I know, sure, yeah. I know, man. But it's like there's a high skill cap. You can be good at it, you can be bad at it, just like Souls. Like that's what's so cool. Mm-hmm. It's not just that's my problem with Uncharted 4. I can't get into that game and play through this story mode because like I haven't played all the other Uncharted games, so I'm not like invested in the story of it.
Yeah.
And B, the gameplay just isn't that.
That's one of the cool things about Dark Souls 3 is you could start with any of the games in the series.
Yeah.
And then be like, oh, that was cool. I want to go play the other ones. And every time it just kind of compounds on itself, but it's not like you don't have to play Dark Souls 1 first.
No.
Or Dark Souls 3 last. Like
I think that the people who do will enjoy that.
Yeah.
I think there's something
I would recommend it.
There are things
you absolutely don't have to. Honestly, I should take that back. I more than anything recommend starting with DS2. It's cheap as hell.
It's the most user-friendly.
You can go out for $20 at like EB Games and buy Scholar of the First Sin for PS4 or Xbox One. And that's a good way to see if you're going to like the games or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus, you can fast travel. So some of the more daunting aspects of the game when you go play Dark Souls 1
can turn people off so easily.
Yeah. And that I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just it's hard. It's harder. If you get poisoned in the wrong area or if you get cursed in the wrong area.
I'm sorry, Dark Souls 1 is just harder than Dark Souls 2. You start out with life gems and shit. Mm-hmm. Life gems totally change the dynamic of that game. You can go have 99 life gems when you have you get far enough in the game.
So
and then it doesn't even.
It's so easy to just be like, give me those life gems.
Give me 99 life gems, and I'm not scared of anything.
Yeah.
So that does diminish some of that. Some of the tension that builds up when you're like, oh, I'm on my last Estus flask, but I have 99 life gems. I'll just stand back here and pop them, and then you're just fine. But because it's easier, I think it is a really good jumping off point. It's where I started.
Yep.
It's where both of us. I mean, I played Dark Souls 1 a little bit before that, but it turned me off because I was like, I'm getting wrecked in this game. Like, I don't even understand how to play. I don't understand the format.
I was killing every single enemy every time on my way to the boss because I was like, oh, I need this experience because that's what you do when you play
every other game.
When you're sitting down and you're like playing Final Fantasy, whatever, on your way to the boss, I fight everything because I want to level up. I want that experience, I want the items I'm going to get, all that stuff. And in Dark Souls, they kind of break that whole system in half and just say anything that you can... Anywhere you can beat the system in this game, try it.
Yeah.
Do what you
if
can.
You can run past the enemies, you don't have to fight them, they don't hit you. Yeah, it's definitely cool. But back to Overwatch, it's the cool thing about that game is that it is going to be supported for a long time. Blizzard isn't going to just like put that thing out and then like forget about it.
Yeah, they're still patching Diablo.
It's right now it's their cash cow. Like that game is blowing up. Didn't you say it was like it's the second most watched game on Twitch, right behind League?
Usually, it's usually in the top 5. It depends who's on, and sometimes like if all your big time League streamers aren't playing League, a lot of times they're playing freaking Overwatch.
Yeah,
and that bouncing in between those two things really controls that market, if you will, but.
Yeah, man. I honestly, if you don't know what you're doing in Overwatch, you will get
destroyed.
Wrecked. You get melted.
That's why I like Roadhog because you just run around. Your goal is to get close to people.
Right. You know what I mean? Get them close to you.
Yeah, and
that hook.
So if you can, that's where I excel, I guess, in that game. I'm not good at the long range. I don't know the maps well enough. Right. My positioning is god awful.
Right.
And it just makes me mad. But when I play someone like that, where I can just get close to a wall, work a corner, blast on people, it's tight. He's like the Death Knight of that game. In World of Warcraft, Death Knights have this ability called Death Grip.
Yeah.
And you grab someone and you pull them over to you, and then you just beat the crap out of them.
Dude, I remember when I played WoW, I got to the point where I got to level 55 or whatever, where it lets you like choose to be a Death Knight.
Yeah.
And I did, and I remember I was playing through that very first zone. It's like this town that's under attack or some shit. Excuse me. And I'm running through there, and I was just fighting the little generic little mob enemies and just dying, just dead. Just couldn't. I just couldn't play it. I just didn't know what, and that's when I stopped. That's literally when I stopped playing WoW, when I hit level 55, and I tried to play a Death Knight, and then I just didn't understand how to play it. Because I'd been playing a Ret Pally. Yeah. I'd been playing a Ret Paladin the whole time with a heal, and like, it was, and I had fun with that, with his dots and stuff, and like that was cool. Yep. But yeah, man, I got wrecked as a Death Knight. I don't know.
Sometimes I wish that you got into those games more with me, because I will play the next WoW expansion that comes out in August. That's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. I always play the expansions, at least for a couple months. At the beginning, when everyone's on experiencing it, it's always fun, at least for a little bit.
Oh, that's something else we can talk about real quick. Kind of rounding out the show here.
5-6 minutes here.
Yeah. Reset Day. What is it, June 10th?
Oh, yeah, June 10th. Dark Souls 1. Everyone is supposed to. There's a big event. It's posted on all the Dark Souls Reddits. It's basically stickied. If you can't find it, go to Dark Souls 1. Or just go to Google, type in Dark Souls 1, June 10th, Reset Day. Yeah. Everyone is supposed to get onto Dark Souls 1 cool. and make a new character and co-op or invade as much as possible.
Yep. It's going to be awesome.
And we've got some plans to try to do that. We're going to do it on Xbox One because we haven't played Dark Souls much on Xbox One yet, and we want to
experience it. Played it a little bit. We're going to talk about that more later, but it's cool. I like it. Yeah. I tweeted something out the other day, and I said something like...
I'm probably going to get that tonight and download that tonight while we play Overwatch or before we play Overwatch or whatever, so that June 10th, we can make these characters. Yeah. And it might be fun just to sit down on June 10th and see how far we can get. Yeah. And just co-op through it, and hopefully it works. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. That's going to be a blast, man.
That's going to create some content for us to share with you guys as well, which is always a blast.
We're definitely going to have more to talk about that next week. Yep. But yeah, guys, thank you for bearing with us as far as...
We'll link our Xbox gamer tags.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Mine's just Next Level X.
Yeah. Mine's Pursu, PIRSU.
I'll put it in the description.
Absolutely.
But thanks for being understanding about this whole NLX IRL deal. I honestly I don't really truthfully know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to learn and see what I can get out of myself, and just kind of trying to push the boundaries and do some more stuff, and see what else we can get out of this channel. But yeah, I mean, I know it was kind of a shorter episode this week. We've had a lot going on, honestly. Yeah. Didn't get much sleep last night.
Normally by this time during the week, we have the podcast done. We're working on other stuff. Yep. Whatever. The whole house is clean. Because we always usually like ritualistically clean the hell out of the house before we do this. It makes it easy to focus and whatever. I
like working in a clean environment for sure.
Absolutely.
But yeah, this week's been a little bit messy. But next week we will be back to
full steam ahead next week.
Back to form next week, and hopefully I'll have a couple episodes of NLX IRL coming out. Yeah, maybe between even now and then.
Overwatch clip of the week.
Yeah, maybe. Well,
let's see.
Yeah, you never know if something cool happens. If that's if that's a
thing. Just absolutely destroy some.
Maybe we'll just upload some like random Overwatch like clips, but we'll keep clip of the week as a Souls thing. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll decide when the time comes, guys. But as always, thanks for joining us for another episode of Soulscast.
That's right.
And don't forget, praise the sun.
Praise it.
Praise it, motherfuckers.